Hello gamers, welcome to MK Mobile. I see a lot of comments every day, well, for the last 2 days, people saying, the Krypt is gone, what is going on? Starry Sky, why didn't you make a video on it? Alright, I'm a little bit late to the party. I'm gonna be honest, I did not notice that the Krypt was gone because I don't play Krypts. And this is crazy because I just watched a man video on the topic and he literally said that it's basically like the game feels so weird because Krypt was basically the only thing he was playing, and I'm like, I feel like I'm the opposite. Like I was playing everything but Krypts. So for me it didn't feel any different whatsoever, but I'm sure a lot of people are grinding Krypts regularly, and it's been weird not seeing Krypts in the game for the last couple of days. So let's talk about it. First, let's get one thing out of the way. Do I know anything? I absolutely do not. Even if MK Mobile ambassadors have no idea what's going on and when it's gonna be fixed, who am I to know anything more than that? So I have no idea when it's gonna get fixed. I have no idea what caused it. I do have a couple thoughts on it though, and I just want to talk about it. So how does the menu work? I know exactly how this works. There is it's completely server side. So the way that the game knows which events going on currently in the game and which menu items to display is by sending a request to the server, and then the server comes back with whatever towers, challenges, combat pass, crypts, all the data about every single challenge that we currently have in the game. And then the game shows us to the players. So the fact that the Krypt is completely missing from the menu, there is two possible scenarios. Number one, they usually schedule the seasons in advance. Same with towers, same with faction wars, so they have them scheduled, and then the game just consumes the scheduled information from the server. So one possibility, they forgot to schedule this season of Krypts. So it just didn't show up in the menu because it didn't exist on the server. But that theory kind of falls apart when you think that the Krypts disappeared in the middle of the season. So it was like abrupt. It wasn't it disappeared between the seasons. It was in the middle of the season. A lot of people are super pissed because they were grinding Krypt hearts, and now potentially they are gonna get wasted and reset to 0 whenever the Krypts decide to come back. And it's crazy. It's terrible, and I am very upset about it on your sake, on your behalf, because I had 0. I haven't played Krypts. So that is one possibility. The other possibility is that, and this is the one that I believe would happen, once again, just my belief, they removed the Krypt from the game. And we did get a response from them, which is, I guess, an improvement, because usually they do not acknowledge anything wrong that goes in the game. Well, unless it's like completely game-breaking, which in my opinion, the most popular game mode missing is a game-breaking bug. And they said that they are investigating and are working on fixing it, but I'm pretty confident they were the ones who took the Krypt down. So I wonder if they found some kind of a glitch or an exploit in the Krypts that people were profiting off, so they decided to close the Krypt down without saying a word and just potentially fix it on their end, and then maybe bring it back. Once again, pure speculation. No other thing makes sense. I do not see how it can possibly bug out and disappear from the game, and for them not to be able to fix it within hours. Like, it's literally as simple as editing a couple rows of code on the server. But there is also a third theory, and this one is kind of sad. And it's the theory that I have made multiple videos on before with MK Mobile layoffs, and the mobile team pretty much not existing anymore. They laid off majority of NetherRealm mobile team workers. I've made multiple videos on it in the past. but they did come out with a response that no worries, MK Mobile is going to continue having our full support. And I guess this is the first time we actually get a taste of that full support, you know? By not be able to fix crypts for like, what is it, 4 days now, I think, since it disappeared. The crypts are still not there. I'm gonna look so stupid if by the time when this video goes live, the crypts are gonna be back. So if they are, I'm recording this on December 16, and the crypts are still not here. So if that's true, and there is literally, the reason they haven't fixed it yet is because there is literally no one there left to fix. Maybe they have relocated whoever people remaining to a different project, or maybe they have like one person sitting there and just literally running everything in MK Mobile, and for some reason they're unable to fix whatever issue that happens. Or maybe they are working on fixing it. It just takes forever because it's only one person working there. Once again, pure speculation. But when the news came out that the whole MK Mobile team, the whole NetherRealm mobile team was laid off, I knew there's going to be changes in MK Mobile, and I think we're starting to see the effects of the massive layoff. They did promise us full support, but support can mean so many different things. Just keeping the game running without doing anything groundbreaking and adding anything new, except potentially making new tower and new character every once in a while. I don't consider this support, I consider it maintenance. Just keeping it afloat. And it seems right now they can't do even that. They can't even keep it afloat, which is really sad. I was really hoping I was wrong about it. I was hoping there was still enough people left to keep the game working. Once again, pure speculation. It could potentially be a very serious issue that takes a long time to fix, but without knowing more information, all we can do is speculate. All right, so let's talk about what's gonna happen. They're probably gonna bring it back. I don't know if they're gonna need to do like a patch update, or they can just fix it on the server side, but the best we can hope for is a little compensation. That's probably not gonna even come close for the most people who lost their hearts. For me personally, it's gonna be a great compensation because I haven't lost anything. So this is another point I want to address. Why am I not playing Krypt? And why, like, what am I doing? Well, I said it multiple times before, I prefer towers to crypts by a long shot. But that being said, I am starting to feel a little bit burned out because we right now have 3 towers, each of which can be reset 5 times, twice a day. That's literally exhausting and impossible to keep up with it. It's impossible to refresh every single tower 25 tries 2 times a day. So I'm completely ignoring regular Twisted Tower. I will do Action Movie Tower once, maybe twice, but I will not spend souls on refreshes. The only tower I'm spending souls on refreshing as fast as possible is Fatal Tower, because Fatal Tower definitely has the best rewards, and I would recommend you do the same. If you are short on souls, you can just spend all your souls refreshing Fatal Tower and just do the free tries on other 2 towers. Why don't I play Krypts? I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of the grinding like crazy. I'm not a fan of not being able to do majority of the fights on auto. I could probably do it on my main account, but there is still like, there is no way to you still have to be present. You still have to, between the fights, you have to click, figure out where to go, collect everything, do it fast, do it like even right now with the new system, the game basically punishes you sometimes for doing auto battles unless you're using a very specific strategy. You will not get any additional dragon crystals, which is fine. I never viewed crypts as a source of dragon crystals, but it's just too tedious. The fights, for the most part, are completely random and not fun whatsoever, unlike towers. I like the towers because I can just grind on auto literally until like battle 180, and then after that I just do like the most fun and challenging battles manually and get a diamond in the end. I agree, crypts are great. Crypts allow you to get some very good pieces of gear, some very good characters. But I feel like at some points, at least for me personally, even on my free-to-play account right now, I don't need anything. It's just, I don't know, just a weird stage in the game where you beat everything there is to beat and there is no additional incentive to keep grinding because you know that the gear and the characters that you have are more than enough to beat absolutely anything this game have to throw at you. And I've already done my fair share of collecting. I've collected a lot of things on my main account, so I'm not feeling this urge to collect every single character and every single piece of gear on my beginner account as well. I guess playing this game for 9 years every single day does take its toll. It doesn't feel like, it feels like I've done everything there is to do in this game. So I'm strongly considering, and right now without the crypts specifically, I am considering just trying out a new account, see if I can rekindle that passion, that sense of achievement, sense of unlocking and completing things for the first time. And like, I do not need crypts on a new account because it's gonna take a while to get to the point where you can even do the easiest crypt. So it feels like a perfect opportunity. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see a brand new beginner series where I try to go from 0 as free to play and once again to do the hardest achievement in this game, which is beating a fatal tower. Let's see how long it takes. Let's see, maybe I can do a couple tutorial beginner guides since I have to start over, like things I would do differently this time. Yeah, that sounds like that's probably the only way, because doing 3 towers a day on 2 accounts, it's just exhausting. I cannot believe they did this. They did 5 retries and they did 3 towers at the same time. That's like, you can argue, but you don't have to do all of them. Just do one of them, the one that you like the most, like the Fatal Tower. But still, there's this fear of missing out, which is a very powerful feeling in human beings. People hate missing out. When you see that there is a candy there, but you're full, you want to take it and eat it because it's a free candy. And even though it's going to make you feel bad because it's just too much, you already ate so much candy, you're still going to want to take it and eat it. And if you can't, it's going to make you feel bad. At least that's how I feel about all of these towers and just not physically being able to grind them as much as I could. So I feel like I feel like they need to add a new game mode. That's something that Mand also said, something less grindy and more fun. And I completely agree. I feel like they should cut back on the towers, have 1-2 towers max with maximum of 3 refreshes like we used to have, plus crypts, plus another mode that's going to be very different. I don't know how. I have no ideas. I mean, I have a lot of ideas, but that's a topic for another video. But there is also this fear that we are never gonna see anything new in this game because, well, because of the things I talked about in the beginning of the video. If the MK Mobile team is gone, and if they're just keeping the game afloat, there's no way we're gonna get a new game mode. There is no way we're gonna get anything, any meaningful changes to gameplay in MK Mobile. So the only thing there is left to hope is that they are working on, like whoever's left there, there's enough people to be working on massive update 6.0 that's gonna completely revamp the game and hopefully set them up for success for at least another year to come. I don't want MK Mobile to be dead. I don't want it to go anywhere. I still enjoy the game, and I feel like maybe starting a new account, that's exactly what I need to help with burnout. Even though it's going to require a lot more grinding, it will actually be better, because when you just start a new account, every single game mode is valuable. You will try to do the battle mode, you will try to do Shao Kahn Tower, you will play Faction Wars to try to get that the gold card from the pack, every single thing is valuable. Because right now I'm in a state where there's only towers, and I'm not even doing crypts because it just doesn't feel worth it, because I don't need that stuff. So on the beginner account, as soon as I can do crypts, I'll be grinding crypts, because I actually need to get some of the best cards and gear in the game. If they're in the crypt store, I'm gonna grind for it. So it's gonna be fun, I think. Anyway, let me know in the comments. Would you like to see the series on the Nubin Sky 2.2? And thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments, when do you think the crypts are gonna come back, and what do you think was the issue, and why is it taking so long to fix it? Thank you for watching. Huge thanks for all the love and support, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.